Welcome to the Selling Without Selling Toolbox video training series brought to you by Business Development Machine and CPA Network. Today's tool? Listening emphatically. Don't confuse hearing with listening. Do you confuse hearing with listening? You have listened to what the other person has said, but did you really hear what they were saying? There is a real difference. You listen to what is said with your ears, but you hear what is said with your mind. Hearing is essential to successful relating. Careful listening or hearing is critical in determining accurate perceptions, expectation, and an accurate representation of truth. Hearing includes not only the verbal communications, but also non-verbal communications. It includes the facial expressions, body language, and the implications behind the words. It includes the tempo of delivery and the tone given to the words. Overall, when you hear, the mind is interpreting a number of variables which, taken together, provide an accurate translation of what is actually being said. While you think you may be conscious of all that is being said, much of what you're hearing is not on a conscious level. When we focus our attention on a conversation, we are taking in messages at several levels. As such, it's important to pay attention to what your gut is telling you. The careful, emphatic listener is a perceptive communicator. They observe the non-verbal messages that are being sent their way and then carefully consider if what they are hearing in the entire message makes sense. Their questions and comments are then based upon how they interpreted what the other person has told them. They carefully use paraphrasing and open-ended questions to probe and clarify what is really being said and what is not being said. The person who only listens to what is being said takes the words at face value, ignoring the other non-verbal communications. This often results in missed connection with what the other person is trying to communicate. Listening can be done with very little effort. Hearing is an active, focused task and a skill. Truly hearing what is being said takes work. We call it active listening. Here are the 3 steps of how we see it. 1. Taking in information from speakers, other people, or ourselves while remaining non-judgmental and empathetic. 2. Acknowledging the speakers in a way that invites their communication to continue. 3. Providing limited but encouraging input to the talker's response, carrying the person's ideas one step forward. Evaluate your listening approach and understand the 3 different levels of building improved mutual understanding and trust. Level 3. Lowest level of listening. Listening in spurts. Tuning in and tuning out, being aware of the presence of the prospect but mainly pay attention to oneself. Half listening, following the discussion only long enough to get a chance to talk. Passive listening, listening but not responding. Little effort is made to listen. Actually hearing is going on, but very little listening occurs. Often a person at this level is faking attention while thinking about unrelated matters, is preparing what he or she wants to say next, but displays blank stares and is more interested in talking than listening. Question: have you ever caught a salesperson listening at this level? How did it make you feel? Level 2. Mid-level listening. Hearing sounds and words, but not really listening. At this level, people stay at the surface of communication and do not listen to the deeper meaning of what is being said. They are trying to hear what the speaker is saying, but they aren't making an effort to understand the speaker's intent. They tend to be more logical listeners who are more concerned about content than feeling. They remain emotionally detached from the conversation, listening but not participating on the interaction. Speakers could be lulled into a false sense of security that they are, in fact, being listened to and understood. Question: have you ever been caught listening at this level? Have you ever been caught half listening and still have the other person say, "Wow, you're a great listener"? How did that make you feel? Level 1. The deepest and highest level of listening. Active listening. At this level, people refrain from evaluating the speaker's words and place themselves in the other's position, attempting to see things from the other's point of view. Some characteristics of this level include 1. Acknowledging and responding. 2. Not letting ourselves be distracted. 3. Paying attention to the speaker's total communication, including body language. Not only being attentive to the words spoken, but empathetic to the feelings and thoughts. Active listening requires that you listen not only for the content of what's being spoken, but more importantly, for the intent and feelings of the message as well. This is done while showing both verbally and non-verbally that you are truly listening. Question: have you ever come with an empty cup to a meeting? Given up your own agenda, needs, and wants to really provide understanding and value, and truly be there for the person in body, mind, and spirit? How did it make the other person feel? Remember, be aware of what is not being said. Look for other videos in our Selling Without Selling Toolbox series, designed to further your understanding of creating high-value relationships with select clients. Could our different approach to controlled profitable growth for select CPAs, professionals, and established business owners be right for you? You can decide. Visit www.businessdevelopmentmachine.com.